Hey there, Windblox fans. I'm Tim, the owner of Windblox, and in this video I want to answer two questions I always get about the windscreens which attach to the seats. Number one, what's the difference between the two? And then two, how does it affect seat movement and folding forward? So on the first question, I sell two different windscreens. The regular size, which is about 41 inches across and 16 inches deep. And then the larger size, which is 41 inches across and about 23 inches deep. So people always want to know what's the difference between the two, besides the size. And in practice, the regular size protects from the top of the head to the shoulders, and the large size protects from the top of the head to the elbow. I'd say about 7% of my orders are for the large because people that want more protection, that's what the large does better. But of course the standard size works very well as well. Then people they're always curious, how will these windscreens, if I put them on, affect my seat movement and positioning? Now in general, there's enough play in the straps such that you can accommodate different movements without problem, but in some corner cases it will inhibit it. Now when you attach it to the seats themselves, people always want to know, do I have to put the seats in the same position? And there's two aspects to that. The first one is how the seat is positioned in the tracking mechanism, and the second part is the inclination level of the seat itself. Now with my windscreen in place, there's enough play in the straps to accommodate seats in different track positions and inclination levels. So I have one customer, the husband, he's 6'2" and the wife is 5'4". Now I don't know how they set their seats, but they're definitely not in the same position. They're kind of opposites of each other. They have my windscreen in place, and my windscreen certainly works for them and accommodates their different seat positions. Then people want to know if they can still access the rear seat with my windscreen in place, and my answer is yes for most cases. So for instance, I have one customer with a dog, and she's able to fold one of the seats forward and the dog's able to get in and out. I have other customers who say, for instance, they go grocery shopping and want to put the groceries in the rear seat. In that case, I can go ahead and fold one of the seats forward with my windscreen in place and access the rear seat. I have another customer. He tells me he has 3 boys, ages 7, 10, and 12, which must keep him pretty active. Of course, those kids they're a little and they're pretty limber. So he's able to fold one of the seats forward with my windscreen in place, and those kids are able to pile in and out of the rear seat without problem. Now, it will inhibit it a bit. So I was just talking to one customer. His mother, he puts her in the rear seat of all things. She's in her 60s, of course, a little more gentle. And so she needs all the access that she can get, all right? And so he's able to fold one of the seats forward somewhat, but not all the way. So what he does is with my windscreen in place, he just folds both seats forward, all right? And then his mother is able to get in and out of the rear seat without problem. So with my windscreen in place, you're able to have pretty much regular access as you need it. In a couple of corner cases, when that regular access doesn't work, you can simply fold both seats forward. You have full access without problem. Anyway, I hope this helps. Cheers.